All right, I have a new Substack essay out on Putin, Dugin, and Ukraine. And Alexander Dugin is, of course, the Russian philosopher. He is both Putin's primary geopolitical strategist and also his primary metaphysician. He's both. Russia is still in its early springtime phase of deep religiosity, and that's what this essay is about. I'm a little tired of hearing the ignorant media yap on and on about very shallow matters regarding this conflict. There's a lot more going on than just an attempt to keep Ukraine out of NATO. So what I'll do here is read the first few paragraphs. The Russian philosopher Alexander Dugin was asked in 2008, how does Russia view the development of friendly relations between the United States and former Soviet republics, such as Ukraine and Georgia? He replied, as a declaration of war, as a declaration of psychological, geopolitical, economic, and open war. And so we have war in Ukraine, which as of this writing is in its 7th day. And the reason is because Dugin is Vladimir Putin's primary geopolitical advisor. Dugin has been an advisor for the Russian military since the late 90s when his book Foundations of Geopolitics was published. In that book, Dugin revived an early 20th century Russian philosophy known as Eurasianism, which he now calls Neo-Eurasianism. When Putin became president of the Russian Federation in 2000, he wholeheartedly embraced Dugin's vision just a year later, and so it has been his primary vision ever since. Dugin provides the metaphysics and the geopolitical ideas, and Putin, with a very powerful war apparatus at his disposal, implements that vision on the plane of physical reality. And so now the question becomes, what is that vision? Eurasianism asserts that the unipolar vision of the West, namely that its worldview is the only correct one and that all other societies on the planet must submit to it, is just dead wrong. Dugin insists on a multipolar world and that Russia absolutely is not and never was European. Russia has its own unique identity, its own values, its own religion, its own metaphysics, and they are not those of Western liberalism. All right, I'll leave it there. For those of you who want to read the rest of the essay, it's one of my longer pieces. It's a $5 subscription per month, or if you prefer, $80 per year. And yes, I'm well aware of what the math is, but I figure if you want to pay enough to subscribe for a whole year, you might subscribe for a little bit more. After all, I'm putting out a lot of essays, so you're getting way more than $80 worth of work and content here. I also do private astrology readings for those of you who are interested in that. And I also now have taken up tutoring students in difficult works of philosophy. So if you're interested in any of that, hit me up at johndavidebert@gmail.com, and I'll see you on Substack.